Okay, so the film genre I did was comedy. What is film and drama? This genre is a make 'em laugh film designed by elicit laughter from the audience. Comedies are lighthearted dramas. Comedy genre humorously exaggerates situations with language, action, or characters. Comedies observe the deficiencies, foibles, and frustrations of life and try to make it more as like in a funny way and not so like aggressive. Comedies usually come in two different forms, either comedian-led, with well-timed gags, jokes, or sketches, and situation comedies that are told within a narrative. Some forms of comedy are slapstick, and this was usually used in earlier silent films since they didn't need much sound to be effective. They're more popular with non-English speaking audiences. Another one would be deadpan, which is a form of comedy which is best exemplified by the expressionless face of the stoic comic Erie. Buster Keaton. Another form of rhetorical comedy, which is classically typified by the crew for both of W.C. Fields. Um, some could also be used in dialogues in the Marx Brothers films or later by the self-facing, thoughtful humor of Woody Allen's literal comedies. Another one could be screwball. Screwball comedies is a subgenre of the romantic comedy films, was predominant from the mid 1930s to 1940s. You're probably wondering what the word screwball means, which denotes lunacy, craziness, eccentricity, ridiculousness, and erratic behavior. Another one could be black dark comedy. These are necessarily dark, sarcastic, humorous, or sardonic stories that help us examine otherwise ignored darker, serious subjects such as war, death, or illness. And the last one could be a parody, which is a kind of comedy that imitates and mocks individuals or a piece of work. However, when it mingles with satire, it makes satire more poignant and effective. Some classic comedy is a type of comedy wherein the author follows the classical rules of ancient Greek and Roman writers. The three unities of time are time, place, and time. Separation of comic and tragic elements. Comedy is comedy and tragedy is tragedy, having no other element from each other. The aim of classic comedy is satiric in nature. Modern day comedy is not as funny as back then. Back then was a lot more realistic and unique. Today's comedies all look the same as other comedies, movies, which do make it as funny as usual. If there was no effort given to try and make the audience give off a great laugh. For example, the movie Scary Movie is supposed to be a comedy movie, but the actors getting scared at things seems to show not much effort because I barely even laughed twice, if that, throughout the whole entire movie. An award-winning comedy could be Superbad, which is a 2007 American coming of age teen comedy film directed by Greg Mottola and produced by Judd Apatow. The film stars Jonah Hill and Michael Cera as Seth and Evan, which is basically two teenagers about to graduate from high school. Before graduating, the boys want to party and lose their virginity, but their plan proves harder than expected. So I thought that was really planned out well, and it seems realistic enough, as in I'm a high schooler, and it's just like some things that could happen to certain high schoolers. So it just helped me, I don't know, relate to it well and laugh. My favorite comic movie personally is Dumb and Dumber, which is basically after a woman leaves a briefcase at the airport terminal, a dumb limo driver and his dumber friend set on a hilarious cross-country road trip to Aspen to return it. It was just a funny movie all around, very planned out well. I mean, they're two best friends, which reminds me of me and my best friend, the way we are, and make everything joke. So it just like movies like this that people can relate to like on a daily basis just make it a lot more funnier to yourself. And then here are some more comedy movies like The Car Wash, Home Alone, Three Stooges, Rush Hour, and The Heat. And that's it. Thank you.